You're with Kelsey Campbell day after the White House visit, where 9 wrestlers went not only to the White House, but got to go to all 3 branches of government. Talk a little bit about being part of the whole delegation at the White House and how it felt for you to be part of that group.
It was just awesome. I think that, to be able to meet the president and the vice president and to meet Michelle Obama again, it was just such a huge honor. I think there's a lot of things in your wrestling career that you want to achieve, and it doesn't necessarily replace some of those things, but it's, to be able to go there and do that, it's just such a huge honor, for some people once in a lifetime. So I was just excited to go, whatever happened, whether or not I actually met them, just to be able to go and be present for it was just amazing.
I talk a little bit about sharing it with, we had 9 wrestling people together, and was that nice as a group to be part of that? And,
it was cool.
People that you spent your summer with.
Mm-hmm. It was so cool, because, I think I want to have success, but the other people that I want to see succeed are my teammates. I want to see them do great. I want to see them have every opportunity possible. So to be able to share that experience with them and to be able to meet the president with them and to see them be able to go through that was awesome. And, it was such a good group and such a good chemistry, and we just had a lot of fun. So it was good to be there with them. The group was a little smaller, but it was still really neat to be a part of it.
Now, after the White House visit, you ended up going and visiting some wrestling people that are really prominent in our government. Jim Jordan, a congressman who was a national champion wrestling, and then John Roberts, who wrestled in high school and runs the whole Supreme Court. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, to be with a wrestling family person in a different area that's a real successful people.
I think it's cool to see people in office that have that experience under their belt. I think wrestling does something for you, and it does something to you, and it changes you, and it molds you in ways that no other sport can. And so to think that some of our greatest leaders have experience in that is awesome. They understand things. They can talk to us about the sport and understand it and understand what we go through and appreciate it at that level. And so it was neat, especially the guys, they were reminiscing about shared experiences and shared relationships, and so it was just really neat to meet them, but for them to have similar experiences as we did was really cool.
Yeah, and that was because you're a wrestler. The rest of the Olympic team went home, and you guys went out and hung out with the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
Justice Sotomayor was there as well. Who's one of the women on the Supreme Court. Was that cool to meet her? I mean, she kind of was a trailblazer for a lot of different people in making that opportunity.
It was really neat, and she gave us an open invitation to come back whenever we want. So, I mean, if I'm ever on the East Coast, I'll probably give her a little ring and go visit if possible. So it was cool. We definitely got as much out of that trip as we could have possibly gotten. So
now, a tough day for you to sit here and watch. Originally, you had planned to try out for the world team and weren't able to. Talk a little bit about that decision and what's going on for you after that.
I mean, I think that I am wrestling another quad, and I have some pretty big goals, realistic goals, and realistic if I make good decisions now. And I shared with you before, I'm super hungry, I'm ready to get back out there, and but I want to have a successful career, and I think that sometimes you have to make hard decisions, and for me, it was a hard decision. I mean, it's easy to sit here and be like, gosh, I just want to wrestle, but you have to think long term, and you just got to take the time off that you need and let your body recover the way it needs to. Your body doesn't lie, and so I think it's good to be here. I can still get a lot out of watching. I can still get a lot out and watch the competitors and learn something and even coach a little bit. And I think that it's not a wasted day. Even if I'm not competing, I can still learn a few things. So I'm just glad to be here and to support the girls, and I'm excited to see what Team USA looks like at the end of the day. And So we'll see what happens.
Now we're well over a month after the Olympics. People still noticing you as an Olympian? Is it still kind of fresh with when you go around, or have people kind of moved on a little bit?
I mean, some people do, and some people I think have moved on. And it's cool because we don't get into this sport for the publicity. We get into it because we love it. But I think that for me, like, I look at it all so differently now. Now that I've been there and had the opportunity, it's not like this distant dream, it's a reality, and it's an opportunity. And so I think that, there's a really cool group of people that have just been behind me and support me no matter what. And some of them are athletes here today. And it's cool because I know that I have a really solid support system, and while the floods of people are moving on with their lives, there's still a few people that still have my back no matter what happens, and so it's good. I mean, win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly, I'm still going to be in this, and I'm still going to enjoy every minute of it.
Well, congratulations, and it sounds like you guys had a blast in D.C. That was great. It was neat to see the wrestlers doing all those things.
Yep.
Thank you.